Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our production of The Perils of Priscilla. This is a melodrama to the truest form of the word. We have a dastardly villain, a brave hero, and a fair damsel in distress. We even have a fight, a kidnapping, and a gruesome murder. Yep, it's great fun. Now, in order for a melodrama to work, you, the audience, must become involved. At various times throughout the performance, several stagehands will bring out signs with instructions on them. You are to do as the signs say. Cheer for the hero, boo for the villain, and so on. I'll tell you what, let's have a practice.
Well, gentlemen, how does it look to you?
It looks terrific, Mr.
Smelly Smidgen?
About time that the school
Was open again. Yes, it is. Of course, it couldn't have stayed open without a teacher.
No, sir. One can't help but wonder what had happened.
Old Miss Tyler, come, gentlemen. We cannot dwell over something which we have no control. We need to make sure everything is ready for the new teacher, Miss Priscilla.
Ah, Miss Priscilla.
How many students attend this school?
According to her enrollment, she has 11.
Students are ready. Only 11? One almost hates to pay a full salary for so few students. Well, we won't have to worry about that for too long.
Sir, there are only 10 chairs here.
This classroom.
Shall we purchase them?
Other one? What? Do you realize these chairs cost $2 each? No, there's bound to be someone absent sometime, right?
Right.
Then we only need 10 chairs.
As usual, sir, you come up with a handy solution to it.
Our little problem. Fine, gentlemen. You've done your job. You stuck your heads in the door, as it were. You may now go back to town and report to the newspaper what a fine job what a fine job our schools are doing. Yes, sir.
Right away, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ah, all is clear. Apparently the new school form has not arrived as yet. I'll just check about the room and make sure everything is in order. Nothing is likely to be wrong, but there's no point in taking any chances. Yes, come in.
Good day, Mr. Smidgen. I'm surprised to find you here.
Carlos Starbuck and his faithful companion, Chief Runner. As head of the school board, I thought I should make sure everything is in order for the new school. How can I help? How can I help you? What can I do for you?
It is a personal matter, sir. Do you know when Miss Priscilla is due to arrive?
Her correspondence indicated she will be here today. The students have been without instruction for a week now, and it is time classes resume.
And have they ever located the whereabouts of Miss Tyler, who has been working here for, these many years?
No, we have not heard a thing from her disappearance, but why ask me? I thought you were looking into the subject.
As you well know, sir, our community is still without law and order. And my own application for town marshal is still pending.
Little does he realize that it is I that have blocked him in his efforts to obtain the job of lawman here. I have good reason for not wanting to hit sheriff looking into my affairs. If I see the new teacher, I'll tell her you're looking for her.
Never mind. I'll just amble down the road and see she's coming.
How do you know her? How do you know her? The two of you are acquainted then?
I've not seen her since we were children, not since she went away to school.
I do not know the lady myself, but she indicated in her letter that she was quite anxious to return.
It's on account of the little niece, Becky.
You mean the little orphan girl with the crutches? How did she get hurt?
She was badly hurt in an accident in which she lost both of her parents. Miss Priscilla has returned to care for her.
Terrible thing, that accident.
Yes, now, if you'll excuse me.
Of course.
I don't rightly trust this Smidgen, although I have no official position. I've been quietly looking into the strange disappearance of kindly old Miss Tyler, our former schoolmarm. And I did find she did have some strange dealing with Smedley. He may be head of the school board. I say it won't hurt to watch him, that's for sure.
Now I know why Miss Priscilla was so. Now I know why Miss Priscilla was so anxious to return here. Oh, so much the better for me. Well, I'll just go in the town and.
Hello, Mr. Smidgen. Hello, Mr. Smidgen.
Hi.
Good morning, children.
You ain't seen the schoolmarm yet.
I haven't seen the schoolmarm yet.
Hey, Theory.
Judging by your English, you better get here pretty
She
soon.
never did show up. That could have been when I was too soon.
Come, child. How old are you?
10 years old.
Really?
Well, 11 going on.
You young lady?
I'm a kid, sir.
And do you youngsters realize the value of education?
Education's all right, I guess, but I sure hate going to school all the time.
Tell me, before Miss Tyler so strangely disappeared, she didn't say anything, did she?
She sure did.
What was that?
Dad, study reading, study writing, and study arithmetic.
Ah. Yes, the 3 R's. Well, I have business in town. You youngsters behave yourselves now.
Of course, Mr. Smidgen.
And I'll be looking in on you later.
That's great, Michael. Sure, where do we should put it?
Over here in the closet.
And she'll never look in there. Let's see it. Ugh, I hate snakes. Here, I'll just put it in the drawer. Remember those suckers Miss Tyler took with them? I sure do. The biggest suckers in the world. Well, here they are. Jenny, Daisy, and me. Hey, I want one. Here, I'll just put the snake in its place. We better get out back so if the teacher shows up, we might lose him again.
Yeah. Hey, I want one. I didn't get one.
Gosh, Miss Priscilla, are you sure must be smart?
Why? What makes you say that, Mr. Starbuck?
Well, anybody who reads so many books just has to be smart.
Why, thank you, sir, but anyone can read a book.
What will she think of me when I confess my secret love to her? I have loved her ever since we were children, playing down by the old mill pond together, and now she must learn the truth from my own lips.
Isn't that book getting heavy, Mr. Starbuck?
What? Oh, no, not at all.
You can put it down now if you like.
Where would you like it?
There on the desk would be fine. It was certainly nice of you to help pack all my things in.
I'm glad I met you on the way over.
And I recognize you, too, even after all those years.
How unfortunate. How unfortunate. What a shame to return under such unfortunate circumstances.
Oh, yes, it's been really hard for poor little Becky.
She always was such an active child.
But there's hope, you know. I took her to the doctor in the city, and there's every chance that an operation will restore the hey.
That's good to hear.
It's very expensive. It will require all I can say for several years.
How I wish I could. This is my aside. You be quiet. How I wish I could tell. But unfortunately, I've been unemployed for some time now. However, I must face Miss Priscilla with my problem now. Miss Priscilla,
Why, yes, Mr. Starbuck?
I have the most personal question to ask you.
Yes?
Well, it's most embarrassing.
What is it?
Like, I
Yes? Yes?
I can't read.
Come, Mr. Starbuck, you're pulling my leg. Surely you did.
You do not call me Shirley. Do not taunt me, Miss Priscilla, for it is true.
When we were children together,
Yes, that was the time was good for us. Was when you and your parents left to live in the city, and I lost my father, simply so.
and what became of your 8 younger brothers and sisters?
We moved into town, we had to make a living, do no jobs. Worked 14 hours a day, but we did manage to hold the family together for our freedom! Sorry, just got indicated. Those were hard times for us all, but the youngsters are all grown now and married.
What a brave, wonderful person, sacrificing his education for the salvation of his family. He is indeed a rare sort of person. Although we went our separate ways, somehow, I still feel drawn toward him, almost as if we were still children together. Oh, I do hope I can help him. I am indeed sorry to hear about your difficulties.
Shucks, man. Didn't mean to burden you with all that. I was just wondering if you might,
Yes?
if you could see what could you,
Yes?
I mean, could you,
Yes?
could you teach me to read?
Why, of course. I admire you for wanting to learn, and I am proud that I may have the opportunity to help you.
You see, it's especially important right now. So Sheriff Hotchkiss retired. You know what these are?
Why, of course, they're wanted posters.
Yes. Yes, and how am I now? And how? In what way am I going to catch any criminals if I can't even read the posters?
I see what you mean. You certainly ought to be able to take care of that problem. Let's find your first reader.
Well, what about class?
I want to get things organized before we begin, and I really don't think I'm ready.
How was she? How? How was she? How? Does she? How? I got you! I got you! Does she feel okay?
Yes, she'll be attending school first.
Thinking these little chairs would fit me.
We'll make one do.
You found that safe? She sure was scared. Come back, ma'am. I'll take care of this.
Bill finished there this morning.
Well, what should we do now?
Then sit and go swimming. We can't do that. We'll get in trouble. Chicken. Let's play hide and go seek.
Oh, that's for kids. Well, we're kids. I guess you're right. Got it. Since it was my idea, I'll be it first. So, Pinky,
I'll count to 10.
give us a chance to get going.
1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh, somebody's coming. I must have been caught playing in the house.
Oh, I must rest for a minute before I can make it on into town. I'm so tired and weak from hunger.
Miss Tyler, how did you manage to escape from the cabin?
I worked myself free from earth and make you bounty, smudging, you dastardly villain. How did you come to find me here?
A stroke of good fortune. I've come to meet your replacement.
What do you mean I'm teacher here?
Ah, but after your strange disappearance, I was naturally forced to hire someone else.
You knew well where I was, bound and helpless, that you're covering in the wilderness where you drove me at gunpoint.
It's your own fault, old woman. If you had paid a 30-year salary to me, there would have been no problem.
Never. No one Indian head penny you'll ever receive from me. It'll be my place to tell the world that you're underhanded dealer.
You can't do that.
I shall while there's breath in me to speak.
I can take care of that.
You wouldn't dare.
I'll
I'm giving you an F. You're a big undergrad.
I should have taken care of this old bat in the first place. Well, she's not the first, and likely won't be the last. Problem solving 1A. parents might bring in outside law enforcement. Better to frighten this sweet young thing into silence. Come, sit here, child. I said, ah! You are never to speak a word about what went on here today. And if you do, I'll take this knife and... Ah! Understand? Now to finish my business out back with the child. Remember what I said, child.
Ha ha! You lose! Hey, you never even left the building. Well, don't just sit there. We're looking for you.
I can't speak a word. Ha, 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 ha. Lord, it looks like, gosh, it's blood. Tell me, Jenny, what happened? What happened? I can't speak a word. Oh my God! I can't speak a word.
Oh, boy, here comes Miss Priscilla. What advice to you?
Why, thing?
No, I mean, something trouble's happened here. We were playing on the stick and when we got back, everything was like this.
I can't speak a word. Ha, 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 ha,
What
ha.
happened here, child? Tell us.
I can't speak a word. Ha, ha, ha. Good heavens, she must have had a traumatic experience.
And something terrible must have happened to her, too. Come now, boy. How? You sure you don't know any more about this?
Word of honor, I was just gone for a few minutes and when I got back, Jenny was like that.
I'll find out who did this horrible thing. Well, my name's not Harlow Starbucks. And when I say...
Settling into her new job nicely. That is if you don't count the fact that one of her students has gone bonkers, and Harlow seems to think of her as a teacher. At this point, Teddy Roosevelt was charging up San Juan Hill, and Caleb Bradham invented a drink he called Pepsi Cola. Now, that doesn't affect the outcome of our story much, but Deb always likes us to add a bit of history. Do you want me to put these up too? Yes, please. Am I doing this right? Yes, but isn't there going to be a remainder? Oh, I get it. Oh, no, Freddie, no, no, no. Now you got it. Come on. Good morning, Miss Priscilla. I'm Frederick's mother. Frederick? Who's Frederick? Ah, you mean Freckles. Oh, yes. I'm here this morning to welcome you to our little community. Oh, well, thank you. And ask you what you intend to do about the troublemakers in your classroom. Troublemakers? Day after day. Ow! Practice comes home about stories about the children in this classroom. They're ill-mannered and rude. They disrupt class constantly. Yes, Freckles should know about that. And what is this I heard about your bully? Shooting spit ones, tricking people, fighting with others? My student says it's also recent. We can't even think. We've noticed. Girl. Oh, Miss Tyler couldn't seem to keep this class in line, and it seems you're having the exact problem. Oh, no, I can assure you, these girls are constantly annoying my baby and have better stop. I've enjoyed our little chat. Yes, it has certainly been an experience. Come along now, Frederick. Bye, Snookums. Bye, Mommy. Good morning, Miss. Still a help?
How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, gentlemen.
We stopped by to live.
You know in person.
Nice things about your work.
It is gratifying to...
Oh, children are in.
Such capable hands.
Why, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to come visit the school. You're obviously excited, isn't it?
Oh, we are.
I was nervous about this job at first. It was my first teaching position.
They'll ruin everything.
The children, they do.
Respect you.
We like that too. So we wondered if there and do too.
Make your job easier?
You need some more books? New desks?
A new pencil?
Gentlemen, I overheard your generous offer to Miss Priscilla. That's really a very nice gesture, but perhaps we should discuss our funds before we spend them.
So true. There it was.
Mr. Smidgen?
In fact, why don't we go to my office and discuss them right now? You go on ahead. I have a few things to ask Miss Priscilla.
Yes, sir. Remember, Miss Priscilla, small community.
Takes care of their own.
If you're happy, we're happy.
Morons. Yeah, work early, I see.
Yes, Mr. Schmidgen. I like to get down well ahead of the class so to get the day's work planned.
That's the reason for my little call this morning.
I've tried hard these last few weeks, sir. I do hope my work has been satisfactory.
Of course, considering your lack of experience. However, in discussing the matter with the other members of the school board, it was generally felt that the salary we've been paying here is perhaps a bit too large for a new teacher just out of school.
But you knew all this when you hired me.
But now I've had a chance to observe your work.
But the other school board members did the same thing when they were here.
But I didn't think you were going to be unreasonable about this.
I certainly do not wish to be.
Then you will not object to a temporary reduction in your pay.
What did the school board have in mind?
They wanted a more experienced person, but I convinced them to keep you on, providing you signed this little paper.
Why, it says here that my salary by 1/3.
A generous adjustment considering the circumstances.
And it says here the money to be turned over to you.
Nearly illegal, technically. Yes, as a school board, it is my job to handle all of the funds.
But with this salary cut, it'll barely get enough for me and little Becky to live on.
Yes, I've seen the poor little girl on her crutches. I know how you must feel.
Then perhaps there's something you can do?
I'll give it some thought.
Would you? I would certainly appreciate it.
As a matter of fact, I believe something can be worked out.
Teach extra classes, work extra hours,
That's not exactly what I had in mind.
but I don't see.
As you know, I live in a large house by myself. Now, if you could see your way clear to stopping by town again to lend a hand with housekeeping and a few other light duties, I do believe we can just tear up this little paper here.
What do you mean, sir?
Come now, this should not be new to you. After all, a young lady on her own.
I do not fully understand your invitation, but I do reject your offer, Mr. Schmidgen.
Curses, she rejects me, but I do not give up easily. I'll find a way. I did not mean to offend you, Miss Priscilla. I must have a decision on this matter, however.
I'm going to take time to think it over. Meanwhile, I'll discuss the situation with my friend, Harlow Starbuck.
Darn good. Be a bit more reasonable, Miss Priscilla. Now, if you could, I just might, give you some money for poor little Becky's operation.
Oh, what can I do? I would give almost anything to serve the Becky walking in, and yet this man would help me. No, I must find another way. I must ask you, please, sir. Your advances are disgusting and immoral.
Very well, but you'll change your tune, my pretty. Just wait. Just wait and see.
Why, good morning, Becky. Morning, Mrs. Doug. I'm sorry I had to leave early this morning. That's all right. I'm looking at the grandmother's stuff. And how does your leg feel? It doesn't hurt. Well, not too much now. What a brave, wonderful child. Only when she cries out in the night does she reveal how she suffers. I better ring the school bell. It's almost 9 o'clock. I brought you an apple. Why, thank you, son.
I brought you an onion.
Why, thank you. That was thoughtful of you. And how's Jenny this morning?
Still the same way.
I can't speak. Hello.
a long tail and a shiny coat. I like to play with my dog Spot.
Freckles, you had 3 days to do this report. You could at least show some imagination.
Yes, Miss Priscilla.
Well, how about Mike? My pet. By Violet. My cat. My favorite pet is my cat. His name is Tom. He has a long tail and a shiny coat. I like to play with my cat, Tom. The end. That was very good, Violet. Well, how about Ginny?
I can't speak a word. I can't speak my word.
Come here, child. Well, how about Ginny?
My frog. My favorite pet is my frog. His name is Freckles.
My rhinoceros. My favorite pet is my rhinoceros. He has a long tail and a rough coat. I like to play with my rhinoceros. Fluffy. No, a goldfish. Hey! You have stitching in
You?
them. Have a seat. Will you have another towel for your mother?
No.
Well, Mr. Sherman, let me have your answer.
My horse. My favorite pet is my horse. His name is Paint. He has a long tail and a shiny coat. I like to ride my horse Paint.
Excellent, Mr. Sherman. Wasn't that wonderful, class? Yeah. Freckles, I saw that. Shame on you.
Shucks, it was just a little bit wild.
Well, just for that, you can even walk off the plate.
Yes, Miss Priscilla.
I think I'd like to stand and rest, if you don't mind, Mrs. Shucks. Of course, stay here and study your lessons. The rest of you outside.
Just as I thought. They're all outside except young Ben. I know how the teacher dotes on the little brat. It should be easy matter to kidnap her, and then Miss Priscilla will have no choice but to eat my baby.
Hello, Mrs. Smith. What brings you here?
To pick you up, child. There's a doctor in town who wishes to examine your legs.
Oh, Miss Priscilla will be so pleased.
Come then, we'll surprise her.
But she might worry. I'll go tell her.
I said come along.
You heard me.
Come with me or I'll see what
You probably just got that tight. You go to the, use the, refreshing yourself.
I want to copy you the way you come along with your reading.
Shucks, man. Just did my best.
You know those posters you showed me last month?
Yeah?
You could read them now.
You really think so?
Why, of course. I've got them here in my desk.
There. Now that's just like it'd be up at the Walter Sheriff's Office. Wanted for murder and robbery.
Robbery.
Robbery. $10,000 reward, dead or alive.
See, I said you could do it.
Could have never done it yet and showed me how. Say, does that picture look somewhat familiar?
Why, now that you mention it, somehow it does.
Could it be?
Try adding the mustache.
How?
Here's a pencil.
That's Smedgy's midget. That's not his name on the poster.
Tell the Trench's name is Richard. It's better to put on his citizen.
And I suspect he's also mixed up with the kind disappearance of Miss Tyler. It is my duty to get this guy and bring him to justice. Can I be excused from class early, please?
Of course, but take care.
Fear not. He may be armed, so I must get my pistol from my saddlebag. Then I will find this criminal and bring him to justice.
What a brave, wonderful person. Oh, I do hope Mr. Starbuck will be all right. For I must confess, despite my perils and problems, these last few weeks have been the happiest of my life. And I'm sure it's for the affection I feel for Mr. Starbuck that has caused this joy to well up within me.
So that's how things are. Well, you can forget Harlow's Starbucks.
I thought I asked you to leave, sir.
Things are different now. You see, your niece Becky has decided to pay me a little visit. And I'd hate for anything bad to happen to her.
You kidnapped Becky?
If that's the way you wish to put it.
That's the sort of thing I'd expect from a murderer.
I don't know what you mean.
Try to deny that as your picture on the wall.
Curse it. I've been found out.
And Harlan Starbuck will bring you to justice, Bentley Smidgen, or whatever your name is.
Never, for I shall be part of starting it elsewhere. But I cannot leave you behind to give me away.
Get away from me! Help! Help! Help!
I'm that woman you cut. Right back. Bad! 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 There. He won't bother you again.
But wait, he's kidnapped Becky.
Hey, I'm not caught up about that.
Here, I'll get her outside.
Watch out!
You missed me.
Hey!
Oh, I've been shot. Outdone by a child.
Jimmy, you know she's
Mighty lucky for me, she did.
Oh, my.
God.
What happened? Did I hear it?
Gunshot?
Well, we never take care of
I don't understand a signal.
Where's your thing?
What at? It's on.
Please?
That me, Mr. Smidgen.
Kidnap Becky and
Try to hurt Miss Priscilla, but Harlow, Starbuck saved her. There was a big
fight and there was.
except in Jenny picked
Get up and shot. Smelly Smidgen. That makes perfect sense. But he was a bad man. He killed Miss Tyler. I saw it all.
Just as I had suspected.
Kenny, you spoke. You're all right.
Yes, it's as if a huge load has been lifted from my mind.
This is truly a a triumph of good over evil. We better go into town and break the news.
Children, you may take the rest of the day off. Come on, Jenny, come on, come here.
Do you think he's really dead? I, for one, never cared for the man anyways.
After this, I'm sure the Dublin sheriff will be yours.
The credit will be all yours, Miss Priscilla. But let's ask that Jeannie give him half the reward to repay her for all that she has suffered.
Why, that's mighty generous of you.
And I want you to have the other half.
Why, I couldn't.
That will be enough to fix Meg's thing. She will be able to run and walk and play like all the other kids.
But then what will be left for you?
Well, I sort of hope.
Yes?
I was kind of wanted,
Yes?
yeah, well,
Yes?
I still have an awful lot to learn.
Oh, Harlow.